Hello, I'm Annabelle.
Hello there, my name's Rob and we work at Confection Perfection.
Today we're going to show you a range of ideas on how to bake and decorate cakes.
Today we're going to be making banana cake with rosewater icing. We've got 125 grams of soft butter, 350 grams of caster sugar, 2 eggs, 300 grams of self-raising flour, 200 grams of ground almonds, 100 grams of Brazil nuts, 50 grams of pistachios, 200 mils of milk, a large tablespoon of banana liqueur, 4 bananas and a teaspoon of sodium bicarbonate. Firstly, in our mixing bowl, I'm going to place our butter and our sugar. We're going to put those on the machine with the K-beater on a slow speed. And then we're going to add our eggs one at a time. Now whilst that's mixing, I'm going to put our bananas in the food processor, 4 bananas, and then I'm going to blend them until they're a smooth paste. Okay, now that the bananas pureed, I'm going to add our Brazil nuts and our pistachios. And then we're going to chop these roughly. We don't want them tiny little bits, we want them quite chunky. So just a few pulse blitzes. Just about 15 seconds worth of blitzing. Okay, so whilst we're waiting for our egg to incorporate, we can sift our flour. I always like to sift the flour with a large drum sieve onto a piece of greaseproof paper. Just stops it so much mess, and also it's easy to pour the flour into the mixing bowl. Also we can add our teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda. Sift these two together. And then we can put our ground almonds on top of the flour. Okay, so our eggs, butter and sugar are thoroughly mixed. Just scrape off any cake batter that's stuck to the K-beater. And then we're going to put in our banana and nuts. And then this can go back on the machine on a slow speed. And whilst that's mixing, we can then pour our flour and our ground almonds straight into the cake batter. Add our milk a little bit at a time. You can turn it up a little bit. And also our banana liqueur. Now whilst that's mixing, I've prepared a cake tin here. This is a 9-inch cake tin with that's already been lined with greaseproof paper. I've lined the bottom and I've also double lined the sides. It's just to help keep the cake together. I mean, you can actually use a higher cake tin if you want, but I've just chosen to use this one today. Okay, now this cake mix is thoroughly incorporated. And then just with our spatula, just give it a scrape around the sides, make sure everything's mixed together thoroughly. Then this can go straight into our prepared cake tin. And then this goes in the oven at 140 degrees centigrade for 1.5 hours. You'll know when it's cooked. With this cake, it feels quite crusty on the top, so you must insert a knife or a cocktail stick to make sure that it comes out clean. I'm going to check to see if it's cooked. I'm going to insert a cocktail stick and check to see if it comes out clean, which it does. And then I'm going to pierce the cake all over with the cocktail stick. And this is to let the syrup that I'm about to pour inside absorb into the cake. Then I've got a syrup here which I've brought to the boil. This is 100 grams of sugar, 100 millilitres of water and 2 shots of banana liqueur. I'm just simply going to pour it all over the cake. And the cake will absorb all of this, keep it nice and moist. In this bowl I've got 150 grams of icing sugar. I'm going to add a couple of teaspoons of rose water. We want to make this the consistency of double cream. So it holds on the cake but also drizzles down the side. Just add a little bit of water at a time. We don't want to make it too runny at the start, otherwise we'll be adding icing sugar all day long. And then we can pour that into our cake. And then just using the back of the spatula, just spread it out over the top, just give it a helping hand. And then we'll just decorate with some pistachios and dried cranberries. And then finally, some slices of dried banana. And this is Confection Perfection's banana cake recipe.